Now, it's been raining heavily all day in West Yorkshire, but the rain has stopped. The pitch looks pretty much perfect, and it's a chilly evening. It's the first night when the winter coats have come out of the wardrobes, and it's the sort of evening that gives you a real sense that the football season is very much underway. Let's have a look at the two teams. Leeds United, well, as you've already heard there, it's the same as it was at the weekend. The one change that they've had to make is Adam Forshaw has not been able to make even a place on the bench this evening. He's not fit. He's suffered some sort of relapse to the injury that kept him out of the last couple of games, so no Forshaw involved at all this evening. But the good news is Luke Ayling is able to make a return to the starting 11. West Bromwich Albion had a good win at the weekend at Queen's Park Rangers, and as a result of that, not too many changes to their side. Perhaps, as you would anticipate, the one change is a surprising one maybe. Charlie Austin, cost them a lot of money in the summer, is on the bench, and coming in to replace him is Hal Robson-Kanu, the former Welsh international. So it's Robson-Kanu in and Austin out, and West Bromwich Albion, apart from that, as they were against QPR.
I think that's... Can he play 2 games in a week, Charlie, with his knee? I think that's where he's coming from. I know he gets strapped up a lot, so that might be the idea with that. However, when you look at that player on the bench coming on, he's an impact player. I look at our players. I look at Eddie Nketiah, and still for me the most exciting young striker in Europe. I thought it was a phenomenal coup when Leeds brought him in at the start of the season. I expected him to actually go to another Premier League club, a bit like the boys done at Bournemouth from Liverpool. I expected that, a bit like Harry Wilson did. However, we are a Premier League club at Leeds, and it's up to us to attract them players with the manager's idea as well. And how we can develop players, you've certainly seen that.
So it'll be intriguing this evening, because Leeds United, the game plan, the way that games have gone here, has very much followed a pattern so far. Well, you could say this season and last season as well in many ways, but certainly this season we've seen Leeds dominate possession almost right from the off. We've seen Leeds create numerous chances throughout the course of the game, but the one big issue has been that not taking enough of those chances to make games comfortable, and that's given their opposition the glimmer of something going into the dying seconds, even as we saw against Derby County. And unfortunately, we've seen on more than one occasion the opposition have taken advantage of that little frailty perhaps that Leeds United have there. So chance tonight to just banish that and make sure that Leeds United get themselves a nice comfortable home win. We're off and we're running. The roar goes up from another huge Elland Road attendance. Leeds United with a chance to make sure they keep in with the pack. Suffered a couple of defeats in recent weeks, but it's all on, and from everything we've seen of the Championship so far, West Brom clearly the form team at the moment, unbeaten so far, but from what we've seen of the rest of the division so far, there is nothing, it would appear, in there at the moment for Leeds United to fear. There's an opportunity.
I do agree with you. Just touching on West Brom, what you said there, they've come back from 1-0's last few games quite a lot and took the win. However, I do agree with you. I think the Championship this year is there for the taking. Seen the quality of it. Obviously Fulham, West Brom, and now you're seeing clubs like Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest around it. It's definitely an interesting time with the transition of teams. When you look at Huddersfield and Stoke, where they're at. For me now, this is the time where I feel Leeds can grasp it, grab it by the neck and take this opportunity.
Let's hope that starts this evening. Leeds United all in white, as you would expect, against West Bromwich Albion in what you would describe as traditional away colours. The traditional West Brom away kit, yellow and green stripes, which is a nice looking kit, but I'll say one thing about it: it's almost impossible to read the numbers on the back of the shirt. Red on the back of a yellow and green striped shirt.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, everybody.
Well, we know they've got big Shemi Amajayi at the back, and Kyle Bartley, obviously ex-Leeds. Sawyer's in the middle of the park, good footballer from Brentford. And Livermore, ex-England international. But Leeds finding the way out here.
Leeds in possession at the back. Ben White under pressure. West Brom setting the stall out early to get right in the faces of those Leeds defenders when they have the possession. Teams have tended to leave Leeds alone in that area in these games that we've seen, particularly at Elland Road so far this season. But West Brom right in the faces. So maybe that's an indication of the way that the game plan is going to play out from the away side this evening. And they have possession just down in front of us on the halfway line. West Brom in the first half, should tell you, are kicking towards the Kop end here. So Leeds will have the advantage, they hope, of that in the second half as Casilla plays the ball off the ground up towards the halfway line. And then a challenge comes in. It's a good challenge as well from Phillips. Makes the block on Pereira, a goal scorer at the weekend. And now Dallas to switch play. And plays the ball out to Alioski, left-hand side. Now up to the edge of the penalty area and Harrison with the ball and Bamford stabbed goalwards and it's touched. It was Click in the end who made the touch goalwards, and it was touched behind for the first chance of the game. Well, Leeds made a lightning start against West Bromwich Albion here last season, and they weren't too far off doing the same thing here again as the ball came in just outside the 6-yard box. It was touch goalwards and keeper Johnson got down to push it behind for a corner.
Wonderful play, exciting transition. Now Leeds to play one side to the other, attacking box, bodies in the box.
Phillips' corner kick comes in. There's no Leeds head anywhere near that. It's an easy clearance. Comes out on this near side though to Helder Costa, making his first league start here at Elland Road, having started the Carabao Cup game. Now Harrison with a cross in, good cross as well, and it's a stooping header from Bamford, but he couldn't get power on it, didn't quite have the direction either, and it just loops wide of Sam Johnson's left hand post and goes behind the goal.
It's a good
into
start.
The midst of the fans. Good
It's
start.
It's a good start. Obviously last season was a great start with the early goal with Hernandez, but you can see now, let's look at the setup. So there's a huge gap in the middle of the pitch. They want to create a huge gap, looking for the three on the other side.
Also got the option of playing the short goal kick because the two central defenders stand either side of the 6-yard box, but the goalkeeper Johnson doesn't take that option. He may wish now that he had done.
Yeah, I think the idea was to play the idea was to play the full back in. There was a little bit of movement. They'd overloaded the far side, the left back area. It was a little bit of disguised playing out, however it didn't go very well.
Well, we saw in the last game here, Derby County had all sorts of problems in trying to play out in that sort of position, and Leeds so nearly capitalised on so many occasions. But I actually saw West Brom struggle with a similar concept last season under a different manager who was insistent that that was the way he wanted the game played, from the very back. And the central defenders they had in that time, well, Bartley was one of those central defenders, really in the early stages at least of the season found it very, very difficult indeed to seemingly come to terms with that concept. But
I mean, there is a way of playing out. You know, we play out at Sheffield United, the first team go direct. It's about developing players, but at this elite level, you know, passes like that out of defence, sometimes it's not the right idea.
West Bromwich Albion have possession inside the Leeds half. Ball is under hit and Click steps in bravely against Livermore, who had a brief spell on loan here at Leeds United. But it's the away side who bring the ball forward again, down the inside right channel as they kick from our right to left. Ball on the edge of the penalty area at the feet at the moment of Diangana, and it goes behind. And it is good defending, but it is at the cost of a corner kick. So West Brom have their first corner, Leeds have had their first corner, and the early signs of an enterprising, exciting game look pretty good here. West Brom are not the sort of side you anticipate will come and sit back, as so many others have at Elland Road. You think they'll go for it, and Leeds will always go for it, as we've seen on so many occasions. Ball up the near side with Phillips, chance to cross wide to the far side of the penalty area. Well worked, well defended by Ben White there. Just held Bartley away from that one, made sure there was no danger.
I think the idea, they tried to work three out with the defender from the halfway line coming. Alioski sniffed that out and he was out to it, and hence the reason they looked for the back post.
Goal kick is played relatively short to Cooper, just on the edge of the penalty area. He carries the ball forward now. Named in the Scotland squad again, Liam Cooper, having earned his first cap in the last international break, maybe adding to that in the next international break, which of course comes up after the next weekend when we're all off again for another couple of weeks. It's that stop-start stage of the season, but Leeds will want to go into this international break in better fettle than the last one, when they lost their first game right before everyone went their separate ways. Leeds have the ball on the left-hand touchline in front of the east stand. Played down the line, looking for the run of Click, and it takes a little deflection before it gets to him from Harrison's foot, and so Leeds United have a throw in just inside the West Bromwich Albion half. Short throw in field, and it's dangerous for Cooper. That he was under pressure there from Robson Kanu, and Ben White is happy to get the ball off Cooper and play to this near side and Dallas, and now Dallas for Costa. Costa operating on this right hand side in this first period at least. White back to goalkeeper Casilla, and then Casilla thought about the short pass to Cooper, thinks again, and instead chips a ball out towards the far touch line, and attempt from Alioski to get past his marking player is unsuccessful, but he does get a throw in, and it goes back to Alioski just inside the Leeds half. Now Click has it. Click looking for a player in space, and he finds that player in the shape of Stuart Dallas on this near side. Dallas back in field.
They're pressing them, West Brom. They're pressing them. They're not letting them have time. They're getting into this final third bit, and that's the impulse for them to go and press. Leeds need to be really patient and move it quick.
Costa trying to do just that on the near side, but he can't get past the challenger Ferguson, the young left back who's come into the side to such acclaim this season. Got his first goal for the club at the weekend against QPR.
Good player.
He's been likened to Declan Rice, hasn't he, by Slaven Bilic?
Yeah, he's a good player.
So one of those players that Bilic hasn't necessarily just brought players in. He's also been happy to delve into the youth setup, the academy setup at West Bromwich Albion, and bring players out of that as well. And Ferguson is the shining example of that.
I think he played here last year in the game. He did really well. He was the one standout player for West Brom that night.
Harrison down the far side touchline for Leeds United, trying to find a gap to play the ball into. Doesn't manage to do that, but he does have a throw in for Leeds. It's level with the edge of the West Bromwich Albion penalty area. Alioski has come up to take it. Short throw to Harrison. Alioski is in space, gets the ball back from Harrison, then plays it further infield to Click. Click midway inside the West Brom half. Now out to Dallas in a good position on this right hand side, just in from the touchline. Good ball in from Dallas, almost a good ball in from Dallas. Just ran
it's a good idea. It's forward running. You know, you've got forward runs, you're trying to break lines. Little bit more quality, a little less weight. You'd have had a pull back cross there, so you can see Leeds' idea. It's forward runners inside the pitch.
As they stand at the moment, Leeds, it looks like a straight up and down 4-4-2, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it turns into a 3-1-3-1. You've got Calvin that just sits there, so it's like a 3. Alioski's pushing on, basically helping out there. West Brom are creating a huge space in here. The wingers roll in and off the shape now, okay, and they've gone this side. Really, that's Leeds' to win now. They're the headers that we need to win first. Press them back.
Well, West Bromwich Albion get a throw in on the far side touchline from another goal kick played out towards the touchline. The last one from Johnson went out. This time it does go out again, but via a little clip off a Leeds head. And so it's West Brom throwing in the position right on the halfway line. Leeds win the ball back quickly, but the space is at a premium at the moment as Leeds have and then lose possession. But maybe they can bring it away with Shackleton now. They do indeed. Good running from Shackleton. Now Costa has a chance for a run, and Shackleton's gone outside of him. And a good ball from Shackleton. Oh, he tried to roll it into Click. Click had Bamford behind him, but the first touch from Click was just a little heavy, and the ball ran away from him. And as a result, West Brom regained quick possession. Ferguson carrying the ball forward up towards the edge of the penalty area. Robson Kanu tried to roll off Cooper there, but Cooper read it, and Leeds have it back. And there's a good pace to this game in the early stages. Click to the far side. Ball in field from
It's got a good feel to the game, hasn't it?
It has seen some good football here.
Two good teams.
Saw a good game when Swansea came in. They were the team in form at that time, and Swansea nicked that one right at the end. Leeds could so easily have won that game and ended up with nothing. So they'll want to avoid a similar fate this evening. Remind you, no Hernandez in the starting lineup again, injured. No Forshaw available, also again injured. But Ayling is back on the bench. Tyler Roberts is on the bench. So in terms of replacements, they have options there, particularly attacking options with Nketiah inevitably. But West Brom have a strong-looking bench themselves. Dallas on this near side, he's lost out there, at least temporarily. White read it and came in to help him out. Now Shackleton in the centre circle with Livermore right tight to him. And Shackleton does well to hold off Livermore's challenge.
They're brave. Leeds are so brave with the passing, passing to Shackleton under that pressure and receiving the ball. That's what the manager wants, and that's what they're doing. Leeds are brave. They're playing forward, receiving with pressure behind. Really, really good to watch. Switching the play out wide here.
As they have done here, yes, with Dallas in possession. Midway inside the West Brom half, into Click with the ball at his feet. Goes infield, then goes back out to Phillips, and Phillips' pass is a little astray, and West Bromwich Albion with Kanu out to this near side, and then It's Pereira who's trying to carry the ball forward. His foul goes down into the challenge of Dallas. Maybe Stuart Dallas just a little unlucky there. He was strong in the challenge. The referee said maybe just leaned into the player, and a free kick is conceded.
I mean, 5-6 years ago, that's not a foul. I mean, you've seen enough, Bryn. But this is modern day football. You know, you just touch a player now, they go down, they're away. Probably deep down a good foul, because in transition they were away then. Slows the play down. Leeds get organised now. Just defend the box.
Well, Leeds United are doing just that at the moment. In fact, they've left the box vacant. There's nobody bar Kiko Casilla in the penalty area, but the free kick, when it comes in, will surely be delivered in that direction. Diangana's over the ball. He runs off it and leaves it, and it's Pereira with a low ball into the feet of Bartley. I presume that was worked, otherwise it's a really poor free kick. Whatever, Leeds carry it forward as a result, and they break down the left hand side with Alioski with a deep cross into the box, and there's a bizarre clearance behind, under no real pressure there, to concede a corner kick, and Leeds will be grateful for that, because it looked like the cross was relatively aimless from Alioski, and yet the clearance was just a little bit kamikaze there. Cross into the penalty area, comes in now, goes Johnson, stuck to his goal line. Bartley came to help him out, and then Ferguson is fouled right on the edge of the box. Is he by Costa?
No,
well, he's not fouled. There's no contact there, and the referee has a look at it.
He's smiling. You can
on.
see he's smiling. He's played. The ref didn't. I don't think the ref's given that. Has he given it? Yeah, he has.
There you go. It was a free kick after all. Just a slight touch from Costa as the player went back. Barely a touch, but he just flicked the foot back a little as the player was running past him. And as a result, West Brom have a free kick just outside their own penalty area. Taken short to Bartley. Up towards the halfway line. Pereira asks for a foul from Phillips. He gets nothing, and Leeds instead get a throw in midway inside the Albion half on this near side. Good turn from Costa, past Ferguson, still going, now Shackleton to the byline, cuts the ball back, and it's cleared away from the edge of the 6-yard box, out for a Leeds throw-in, down by the corner flag. Great play by Costa. Maybe Shackleton almost got in his way a little there, but he picked it up anyway and tried to get the cross in, and Leeds United were unable to capitalise. Will they do so from this opportunity they have now with Click, with a cross into the penalty area, half volleyed ball in. Coming up at the back post was Alioski. Far from the tallest, but he won the header. Now Harrison has it in support. Now Alioski with a chance to cross, and it comes off the marking defender, and it goes out over the far side touchline for a Leeds United throw-in. Good pressure from the home team.
Very good pressure. Keep the ball alive. Keep it in that area. Costa showed some fabulous skill on this side of the pitch. A little bit wasted there. You know, there's one player going out there. Can two get out there? Can you work something and get across in the box? Ultimately, throw-ins are set pieces when they're in that area of the pitch. I just think they could work it a little bit better.
15 minutes on the clock. Leeds United 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. And there's the short goal kick. We got it. And Bartley, under pressure, just basically tries to get the ball as far forward as he possibly can. And it goes out over the far side touchline for a Leeds United throw-in. Bartley was one of those players who, when I saw West Bromwich Albion in recent times, he was the one who maybe found it quite difficult, or the concept of being given the ball outside or inside these days, the penalty area.
Under pressure,
and then expected to find a teammate with a pass, rather than just go safety and distance, which has been drummed into so many players. I mean, even I still playing at the back, and all I'm going to ever do is get my foot under it if I'm under any sort of pressure from anybody. That's just, I'm
sure you're world class, Bryn. You'll lend it. You'll play out from the back. You need practice chance. And you'll get better. Look, obviously Slavan wants him to do that. That's the way he wanted to do it, and he's asking him to do it, and they're doing it. That's his identity. That's what he wants to create at West Brom. Okay.
And we're going to see another example of it maybe here, because West Brom have another goal kick. Johnson, resplendent, all in some sort of pink. It's a bit like the shocking pink of the Leeds United away strip, the goalkeeper's kit this evening for West Bromwich Albion. And again, he comes out towards the near side touchline, and it's caused a real problem for Ferguson, and Leeds almost pick up as a result of it. They get no free kick as Harrison goes to ground, and then Costa is beaten in the challenge by Diangana, and then it comes infield, and Diangana is played in again down the left hand side from Pereira. Deep cross as Kanu comes in to try and meet it, and it goes beyond him, and it goes beyond Phillips, and it goes out wide to the far side, and that's a foul.
There's no need for him to foul
there. Down by
there.
The corner flag. It was a late challenge from Alioski.
It's fabulous play all in all down this side. West Brom, great 1-2 down the side, cross in, back post. Phillips was unlucky not to get there. Keep the ball alive, and it's a foul in the corner. Look, it's in a corner position. Do they treat this like a corner now and defend like a corner?
And there's a yellow card shown to Gianni Alioski. And I don't think you can have too many complaints, really. Just seeing a replay of it now up here on the gantry as the ball has gone in deep, the cross had gone in deep, and the pressure was on the West Bromwich Albion player to do something with it. And it was quite a late challenge. And as a result, Leeds have more defending to do as the ball is down by the corner flag, just in from the touchline, far side. And Leeds have a 2-man wall on the edge of the penalty area. And there are plenty of yellow and green shirts inside that Leeds penalty box, all bar 2 outfield players and a goalkeeper in and around the penalty area. Free kick comes in low towards the near post.
They meant that.
It's cleared behind.
They've looked for like a near post flick. They've meant that. Good defending off Leeds. It's good defending.
Had to be as well, because there was opportunity there in players waiting behind if the flick.
Especially with Bartley and Ajayi, good goal scorers in the Championship. For Rotherham, Ajayi had an unbelievable record. So I'm surprised that they went for the low ball, but you can see here there's blocking. Ajayi's trying to move, he's asking.
Well, he's a giant as the ball comes in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Leeds have had an issue with defending corners this season, but they've done it successfully there. And they break away now. It's Costa down the left-hand side now, and he's got a chance maybe to really stretch his legs a little. He's held up now, but keeps hold of possession and plays Harrison in, and then Alioski on the overlap with a cross up towards the edge of the box. Dallas waits, controls with the one foot and then shoots with the other. Big shout for handball as the shot was blocked.
They're out.
And the
They're out. They're out.
And gives nothing.
They're out.
And now West Brom break as a result.
It's 3v3.
Have been able to clear that ball, and they bring the ball up towards the edge of the Leeds penalty area. Hal Robson-Kanu inside the penalty box now. Low drive, takes a deflection off Phillips, and it's an easy catch for Kiko Casilla. And the boos that you can hear around Elland Road are because the home supporters feel that they had a big shout for a penalty there. And we have the chance to see from a replay, and there's a really good shout for a penalty kick there, because Bartley's arm, the right arm, was stretched out and the ball quite clearly hits it. Now, if anybody understood the definition of handball anymore, we'd be able to tell you more there, but unfortunately we don't know what constitutes handball now. Was that natural silhouette?
Did it take a touch off his knee first, or was it, I need to see that again, was it knee then hand? I don't know, but
it went straight onto the arm, personally. But
well, if that's the case, then Bryn, it's a penalty.
Well, it was going goalwards, wasn't it? So I don't know. It's down to natural silhouette, isn't it? Anyway, it's gone. It didn't happen. Leeds got nothing, and they have possession back in their own half. But then they give possession away, and it's a poor ball from Click, and he's caused real problems here now as Pereira moves up towards the edge of the penalty area. Click atones for his error by winning the ball back for Leeds on the edge of his own box, and now Leeds can break. This is a good game. This is. Shackleton over the halfway line for Leeds, slightly short for Costa, what you might describe almost as a hospital ball there, and as a result of that, Costa gets crunched by Ferguson, and it will be a free kick to Leeds United. And with a yellow card having been shown Alioski at one end, you do wonder whether something similar might not be shown to Ferguson at the other end. Well, no, it's no more than a ticking off for the West Bromwich Albion
it's not
player.
A booking, it is basically a hospital ball from your wonderful commentary. And you can see now he's just left a bit on him, I agree with the referee, he's done well. It's not a booking. He's had a word with him. He knows he's on a tightrope now for the next booking.
Costa appears to be okay, didn't need any treatment from the physio. He's just retying a bootlace at the moment. And Calvin Phillips waits to get the game going again with a free kick to Leeds United. 21 minutes gone. Leeds 0, West Bromwich Albion 0. Both sides have had their moments in this game. West Brom top of the table at start of play. Phillips with the right foot ball, swings it into the penalty area. Bamford in space, and then behind Bamford, Harrison was lurking, and it was a defender who got the final touch. It goes behind for a corner kick.
It's a wonderful ball. Bamford knows he should have done better there. He swung his right foot at it and he's missed it.
Real opportunity. It was dropped into the perfect place, it looked like, for Patrick Bamford. Just had a defender marking him tight to his back, but he got away from the defender.
I think Leeds' idea is round the back.
Well, Leeds have to settle for a corner kick.
We've got a man free round the back extra.
Harrison waits on the far side of the penalty area as the signal is given, and Phillips plays it into the near post. Flicked header goalwards from White. Comes out to Click with a half volley. Takes a deflection, goes behind. It's come off I think it was Liam Cooper it hit ultimately. Wasn't hit with great power, that one from Click.
It's a good corner though. It's a good run. It's a good run off the skip.
into the near post. The corner kick came. White with the little stooping header and put it really into the danger zone, and Leeds almost picked up on the clearance to the edge of the penalty area. So
West Brom have changed their idea now.
Oh yeah, they're very much going long with this goal kick now. The central defenders have more than left the penalty area. They're up by the halfway line. Far more conventional. Something I can very much more relate to, I have to say, that one. The upshot of it is that Leeds win possession though, so all coaches will probably argue that that's the reason that you don't do it anymore. Bamford has it for Leeds on the halfway line, and now Cooper, and Cooper goes back to Cooper Cassie, and he's caught late by Hal Robson-Kanu, and it's spotted by the ref's assistant on the far side touchline. We are going to see another yellow card now.
Yeah, that's a booking,
and it's Hal Robson-Kanu who's going into the book, so it's a yellow apiece, and I don't think there can be too many complaints, because Cooper had long since knocked that one back to the keeper when Kanu caught him. He acknowledges the foul. It wasn't going to cause him damage.
He knew what he was doing.
But it was a little nudge over.
He knew what he was doing.
So Cooper is still down, but again, no physio required. Slaven Bilic comes out to the near side touchline.
He's asking his two strikers just to play a little bit deeper. It's as if he wants Leeds to play out and come out. A couple of times they've actually caught them with a little trap. You'd sort of say, I think it's the final third of the pitch. If you go with the final third of the cut of grass past the centre circle, that's where they seem to press from. That seems the game plan tonight. You can see there now, let them play out. Keep playing. And there'll be a trigger once it gets...
As White has the ball for Leeds now. He goes back to Calvin Phillips again. The three players strung out across a mid position in the Leeds half. Cooper, Phillips and White, all three involved, and now Dallas on the halfway line. Dallas tries to play, I think, through the legs of Diangana. Well, he can't manage to do that, but Costa's done well to come in and help him out. Dallas has it back down the line. Good turn from Bamford.
Brilliant.
Holds the ball up well. Now needs support. He's hemmed in. He's done really well to get away from both challenges, and he gets towards the byline. Oh, he's brought down just outside the penalty area by Bartley, who says that he's innocent, but the referee says you're not innocent. Not only that, but you're getting a yellow card as well, because Bamford's skill and trickery there got him into a great position, and Bartley flew out, old style, you'd say.
It's a foul
all day long.
He's, by the way, some wonderful skill on this side.
Oh.
Yeah, listen, he's not caught him, but my God, he's had to jump, because if he hasn't, he'd have been severely injured. So you have to applaud Bamford for riding the tackle.
Yeah, he got away from it. The free kick, well, it was only, I mean, you're talking a yard outside the penalty area there. That's how close it was. And when Calvin Phillips spots this ball up, it'll be almost actually on the edge of the penalty box. So Leeds have a great opportunity. Players lining up at the far post, as you might anticipate. West Brom have put a two-man wall up between Phillips and goalkeeper Johnson's near post. Alioski's over the ball. Little conference going on between the two players there. Phillips then is left to his own devices. Alioski peels off to go and wait on the edge of the penalty area. Now Phillips in towards the penalty box. It's headed clear by Ajayi, and it goes out to the far side, and Costa to deliver the ball back into the danger zone. Johnson's read it really well, and he stretches his arms above his head, and he claims the ball from just underneath the crossbar, and then it's a quick drop kick out of the penalty area, and Costa is back there defending for Leeds. Doesn't need to do too much though, because the ball was overhit. Bounces once and then bounces into touch deep inside.
You can see the manager's a little bit annoyed there. He wants his team to relax. You can see Leeds are getting pressure now. They're getting a grip of the game. Obviously Slaven there was a little bit, calm down, we're not looking for a quick one yet, we're in the game, it's 0-0, play smart.
And I guess that he'll have watched what other teams have done here, and as long as they keep Leeds in sight, they'll feel they have a chance, and at the moment it's all square, 0-0. So Leeds edging it, I think, in terms of territorial possession and opportunities around the penalty area, and trying to do just that now as Shackleton is brought down just outside the centre circle, and it will be another yellow card for Romain Sawyers. So that's 3 quick yellow cards for West Bromwich Albion, 3 away players who are going to have to be careful for the rest of the evening, and there's quite a lot of it still to go. It was a bit of a took one for the team, you might say, for Sawyers there, because Shackleton had got away from him and was heading towards the penalty area. Yeah,
he knows that he's took one for the team. It's poor pay from him. You expect he's more quality than that. He's tried to sort of flick and mess. He hasn't found the pass. He's annoyed himself, and he's had to take one for the team, so-called.
So Phillips has the free kick opportunity for Leeds. He's got plenty of options on the edge of the penalty area. Players moving into the box now as it's delivered to the left side of the penalty area. It's an easy header clear for Phillips back there helping out. Comes out for Alioski. Still Leeds in that deep in the West Bromwich Albion half. And Alioski comes out with a ball unexpectedly. And then the cross again is lacking a little bit in quality. The ball's into the penalty area. Need to be better from Leeds. They're getting into good positions. Need to do something with this opportunity that's presenting itself. Dallas trying to play the ball forward. Livermore gets across in front of him to put a blocking foot in, and Leeds United settle for a throw in on the halfway line right in front of Slaven Bilic, wearing those shoes that managers favour these days, the ones with the white soles,
the German sort of chino jean look.
That's it, chino jean.
He looks smart though.
Yeah, he does.
Here we've got West Brom have won the ball high up here,
and Livermore pushes on for them, and now out to this near side, and Diangana, he's blocked by 1-2 marking players, and a touch in from Ben White.
Good defending.
Knocks the ball behind for a corner kick.
Defending.
But it could have been more
But
dangerous.
Leeds have caused this themselves. They've tried to play another sloppy pass into midfield. It's not like unbelievable play from West Brom. It's mistakes by Leeds.
And they will hope that they don't pay for that from this corner kick. It's a game that's ebbing and flowing. We're seeing play at either end in spells. West Brom not in any great hurry to take this corner kick currently, and the referee has come across to just harry them along a little. Now the corner kick is delivered near post, and there's Bamford for Leeds with a header clear. Costa can't keep it in play, so it's out on this near side from the head of Patrick Bamford for a West Brom throw down, 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. And again, take the time over the throw-in, maybe just trying to take a little bit of the pace out of the game.
Yeah, well, this is game management. This is a big part of the game that people underestimate. The best teams in the world do it.
West Bromwich Albion, not currently one of those, but they are top of the Championship and setting the pace in these opening weeks and couple of months of the season. Ferguson rather cheekily knocks the ball away as Leeds wanted to take a quick throw in there, and the referee will have seen it. He's already had one let off with a foul on this near side, so maybe the next one will be him in the book as well. We'll see. Sawyers picks up from a loose clearance for West Brom, then Shackleton can't win the ball off Phillips, and now Sawyers is brought into play just outside the Leeds box, right hand side. Runners available, but he's come back again under pressure, good pressure from Alioski. And then it's played forward by Livermore up to Phillips on the edge of the box. He turns towards the corner flag, gets a cross in, and it takes a deflection behind. So now it's West Brom's chance to put pressure on.
It's a great ball off Livermore. Played forward. He showed that Premier League quality where there's a chance for him to play forward. He wrapped the pass into Phillips, received the ball, went for a corner. Obviously, West Brom now have got a little bit more set pieces now, and this is the bit that worries me. Once you keep practicing something and doing something more, the better you get at it. Hence, Leeds as well. The better they defend more crosses, the more better they become as a cohesive unit.
Well, they're having plenty of practice on that basis at the moment. In the last few minutes, it's been West Bromwich Albion, the team on top. As the corner kick comes in now towards the 6-yard box, he's headed across the 6-yard box almost and beyond Bartley. He hasn't got the pace to get to that ahead of White, and White's ball is inviting for a runner, but the only man back there is in a yellow and green shirt. It's Ferguson, the left back, and he picks the ball up for West Brom under pressure at the moment from Harrison, so he goes back to Livermore. Livermore still in the West Brom half, switches play to Romain Sawyer over on the right hand side, and he has a bit more time and the chance to play the ball wide right for the forward run down the touchline. Brought back into play, Sawyers again, and then Phillips down the channel and then back into the centre circle. Good possession for West Brom at the moment. Leeds' first challenge is to get the ball back. Well, Dallas steps in to do that briefly, but then loses out again to Ferguson, and Phillips slides
well
in
there, Phillips.
with a challenge.
He's very clever. You could sort of say an old head on young shoulders.
There's a disappointing
this doesn't look good for the captain.
sign for Cooper of Leeds United, who's gone down with the ball some distance away. He's on the edge of the D, on the edge of the penalty area, and Luke Ayling is immediately up on his feet and going through a warm-up routine, because given the fact there was nobody near Liam Cooper when he went down there, you do wonder whether that's some sort of muscle injury, a strain.
Yeah, he's not happy. Got a decision now. Do you bring Berardi on, or do you put Luke Ayling at centre half?
That's a big call, isn't it? We're about to see the incident and the replay here. It was just, he's pulled up.
He's popped his groin.
That's the end of Liam Cooper's night, and that might be the end of Liam Cooper's international involvement, and it could be Liam Cooper out for a couple of weeks. That potentially, we'll see. Maybe we're being overly pessimistic because he's still out there on the park at the moment.
For me tonight, Bryn, I'm playing Luke Ayling centre half. I feel it's a night where West Brom want Leeds to come out with the ball. Luke Ayling's probably one of the best players at Leeds at coming out of defence on the ball, as you've seen all season at right back. He's a good size. He's a leader as well. Good to have him back on the bench. For me, I'd go with Luke Ayling at centre half if they're going with that option.
Well, Berardi is warming up down below us, as is Ayling, and it's Berardi who's taken the bib off, and it's Berardi who's going to be coming on as Liam Cooper's replacement. So Leeds are having
what do I know?
Well, you know plenty, but in this instance, Marcelo
that's just my personal opinion. After watching Luke the last years as a player, he's developed. He's been on a journey. Got released from Arsenal. He's been to Yeovil. He's been to Bristol City. I think he's a fabulous professional. You can even see him there speaking to his other teammates on the pitch. But obviously, Berardi's a born leader. We love him at Leeds for his no limits, his all intensity, his fighting attitude. But I think the sad thing tonight is watching our captain walking off limping.
Yeah, it doesn't look good, that, does it?
No, he doesn't.
From Liam Cooper's perspective, or Leeds United's perspective. So Liam Cooper is ruled out of action here. Doesn't look good for his presence next Saturday at Millwall, to be honest. But a real shake of the head. He looks a disappointed player.
When he goes like that, when he runs, and you feel a pop. I felt that pop as a hamstring and as a groin. Ideally, if it's gone, it's gone. Or he's torn a few muscle fibres, I'm not sure, but not good for what Bielsa calls Leeds' most important professional.
So Leeds have had to reshape things a little bit, and it's one less replacement that obviously Leeds can make if this game remains tight in the second half. We've seen previously when Nketiah gets brought on, it can make things happen. We've got Tyler Roberts potentially to get brought on to make things happen if that requirement is there. But it's just one less option that Leeds United will have as this game progresses, and it's really tight and it's really hard fought as anticipated, and it's West Brom attacking at the moment with the ball just outside the Leeds penalty area to the right hand side of the box as they look at it, kicking towards the Cop end.
Offside.
Ball played behind the Leeds line, so the flag is indeed raised, and offside it is, and Leeds United have a chance for the first time in some time to get the ball up and into the West Bromwich Albion half, because most of the play for the last few minutes has been around that Leeds penalty area without too many moments of danger for Kiko Casilla. Both goalkeepers, in fairness, have been well protected by the players in front of them so far. One save from Johnson in the very early stages of this game, and that's probably about as close as we've come to a goal. But it's been an intriguing game, an entertaining game, and we're seeing some of the best that the Championship has to offer, I think, in these two teams. Costa, that's a great ball for Dallas, perfectly played. Now Dallas carries it forward, now infield to Bamford. Bamford has options to the left hand side, Click with a shot, the block came in quickly, and Leeds get a corner kick. So again the game swings from one end to the other.
It's good play from Leeds, it's brilliant transition, great play off Dallas. If I was Slaven Bilic, I would be fuming with the 1-2. Basic principles of the game, don't let a runner go. You saw it happen, and it's ended up in Leeds getting a corner. Could have ended up with a goal.
Maybe
West Brom were lucky with that.
It may do, yeah, we shall see. Corner kick, Leeds have had
Harrison's free round the back again. You can see the three big guys on the 6 yard.
Here it comes now from Phillips. It's swung in towards that 6 yard box again. Bartley again wins the header in there. Comes out for Costa on the near side, down by the corner flag. Boos for Costa from the West Brom fans, and that will be purely because he is
a Wolverhampton.
From a Wolves player, exactly, yeah. Two black country rivals, West Brom and Wolverhampton Wanderers. Costa, these days in West Yorkshire. Great ball to Click, just outside the penalty box. Again, there's a good block on Click, and Livermore was defending his penalty area tenaciously there.
Yeah, they had an overload Leeds 4 versus 3. And Livermore did what he did. Senior pro, wily old pro, just defended the box.
Great play by
Brilliant.
Costa to work space and find Shackleton. And now Shackleton links up well with Dallas, and again good pressure from Leeds, but again it's that they need to get that one moment, that one quality cross into the penalty area. Lots of play
just
around
missed the first man, maybe look for a pullback.
As Dallas has the throw in for Leeds, down by the corner flag, left by Click. Can Shackleton pick up? Yes he can, he's quick to that one. Now Phillips on the edge of the area, but he's robbed, and there's a chance maybe for a West Brom break here as Pereira carries it away, and then it goes out to the right hand side and quickly over the halfway line. Canu chases, and there's A first touch for Berardi. Goes back to Kiko Casilla, and that's a terrible ball from Kiko Casilla. He's lost.
Now, when you've got a centre forward pressing you, and I get that Leeds want to play out and dink it over him, but you've got to. There are times when you play the moment. There wasn't the moment to chip over there. The moment was to play forward. We were in their area of the pitch. Now, what's resulted in? We're in the last third, defending the penalty box again.
So Phillips into the penalty area it goes, and Berardi read that cross well because there were West Brom players waiting. Had it gone beyond Berardi.
He started well, Phillips, tonight. He started very well.
And Leeds are having to defend again as the ball is cleared out by Berardi from the penalty spot. Comes for Costa just inside Leeds territory, now up and over the halfway line to Click. Great return ball to Costa. Now there's space for Leeds. It's up to Shackleton, and now Harrison on the edge of the penalty area. Harrison with the ball at his feet, trying to work room for a shot, maybe. Come still with Harrison. Alioski's gone wide. He gets the ball, low drive, and it's gone in from Patrick Bamford. Final touch, I think, from the Leeds striker. Harrison goes to take the acclaim. Alioski goes to take the acclaim far side. One thing we can say for certain: Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0.
Absolutely brilliant play all over from Leeds. Quick transition from the right to the left forward runners. The inside pass from Click was beautiful. Played inside to Costa, into Shackleton wide. Bamford's movement. Patience, another fullback overlapping. Oh, I think.
Well, there's no touch from Bamford.
There's no touch from Bamford. Yeah.
Because had he touched it, it's an own goal actually.
Yeah, it is an own goal. We've got away. Well, we haven't got away with that one. It's great play. We haven't got away with anything.
Final touch off Kyle Bartley.
Yeah.
But if Bamford had made a touch, he was going to be offside. But he wasn't close to that. I knew the ball had moved.
Yeah.
But it's come off Bartley, and that may well go down as a Bartley own goal. Saw an own goal.
I think as well.
I
don't think it was hitting the target.
So West Bromwich Albion have conceded first in this game. The noise levels as a result rise stratospherically, but West Brom will come and try and respond quickly. They're doing just that now. Pereira outside the Leeds penalty area, taking on Berardi. Does well against Berardi, still going, still has the ball up towards and into the 6-yard box, and Kiko Casilla stoops and saves, I think with his shins there.
That's brilliant play.
And it needed that because it was going in. Leeds are defending still as the ball is played out towards the far side of the penalty area. This time it's easier.
Fabulous save. It's a fabulous save.
I'll tell you what, it's a fabulous game. There's so much to enjoy about this match, but some of the approach play there, it was one of those jinking runs. Berardi didn't dare put any touch in on the attacking player because had there been any sort of contact, you'd expect
you've got to give Berardi some credit there. He's stayed on his feet, he's not dived in, he's not given a penalty away, and what's he done? He's delayed. He's delayed. He's given time Leeds defenders to get it back in, and he's given time for Ika to pull off a wonderful save, get himself set. Now it's up to West Brom to go and press them and get the ball. Keep the ball, Leeds. Be patient, keep the ball. Now you can see they're coming. Take the extra pass.
So Leeds take the lead at home again. Now obviously we know what the script requires from this point on. At the very least it requires a clean sheet. Yep. Better than that would be a second goal. Much better than that would be a second goal.
However, West Brom are the best team in this season at coming back from one.
You mentioned it before, that's right. And that stat will give them heart yet, I'm sure, as Johnson clears away under a little bit of pressure. 40 minutes gone. Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Bartley own goal separates the two teams. Leeds coming on this near side with Dallas. Infield to Bamford, does well against Bartley. And then comes back to Dallas, touched in on the touchline. Bartley with a header, comes to Bamford. Then there's a late challenge on Dallas on this near side touchline coming in. If it's Romain Sawyer, he's got to be careful because he's already been booked. So that's the sort of moment that could yet cost West Bromwich Albion. Sawyers goes back towards the penalty area. He'll probably try and keep a low profile for the next couple of minutes.
I just think it's a foul. He's just ran into him, that's all. I think the ref's been right there.
So Leeds have a free kick.
Calvin's got a problem with the ball here. The ball seems to have broken. Someone's going to get a lucky memento.
The ball has broken. I don't think I've ever seen that before. The ball has actually
seen a ball
split.
burst, but the ball split.
Yeah. So we have a replacement ball on, and that one will be consigned possibly to the dustbin, or as Andy suggests maybe somebody will take that home as a souvenir. Phillips with a free kick. Johnson comes and punches under pressure.
Wow, I mean, we're right behind that, Bryn, and that is some delivery, isn't it? You can see why he's such an important player to this club. His quality on set pieces and his presence now, with every month, every year that he grows, he's turning into a proper Leeds footballer.
Leeds lad doing well and enjoying himself with his hometown club. Leeds attacking the West Brom penalty area.
Good for him.
Home side can't keep the pressure on though. West Brom bringing away through Phillips down the right hand side. Infield to Pereira. Pereira carrying it further forward for West Brom up towards the Leeds penalty area. Slips but regains his footing and then brings Phillips back into play again. Matt Phillips of West Brom. Back to Sawyers and now out to this near side and Ferguson. Ferguson goes down under Costa's challenge. Didn't seem to be much contact there, but they
if I
do
was
get a
Slaven,
free
I'd
kick.
be fuming because you're
You'd
in
rather
the
play.
And they've stopped the play. Leeds are able to get back. Good for us, but annoying for the manager. You can see down there he's venting his frustration.
And I think he's saying that, yeah, maybe there was an advantage to be played there that wasn't given. So Leeds drop back and defend the penalty area. The free kick will be 15 yards in from the near side touchline. It's midway inside, well, a little better than midway
2-3
inside.
minutes to go.
Just before half time.
Manage it. Game management now for Leeds.
Phillips curls the ball into the edge of the penalty area, bounces through a crowd of players, and then the referee's whistle goes. And Leeds are pleased to hear that whistle because
they are pleased because I tell you what, it's Dallas has actually ducked his head for the free kick there. He really wasn't a free kick. The fact he's ducked his head and been brave. But yet again, we're looking at the goal here again. Harrison, great play wide. Alioski having a shot.
No, that is not going in, is it?
No, that's not going in. That's no goal. Well, if I was him, I'd celebrate.
Well, he
exactly
celebrated
same,
like a goal scorer, but
why not?
I'm pretty sure that wasn't going in.
Why wouldn't he?
I think that will go down as a Bartley own goal. We're just watching a replay of it there, if you're wondering why we've suddenly started talking about it again. But Leeds in the meantime have a throw in on the far side touchline. 44 minutes gone. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo Food Freedom. Sawyers for West Brom.
Careful, you know.
As Ferguson has it on this near side for the away team, he plays the ball over the halfway line, and Hal Robson-Kanu is offside, comes back from an offside position to an onside position, but spotted by the assistant far side. And Leeds are happy about that.
Good off White. He's slowing the game down. He's managing it. Good. Well
30
done,
seconds to go before the interval, as we see TV shots of Pablo Hernandez in the stand. At the moment, Leeds are coping without Hernandez. They have the lead here. It has been a real close contest, though. And Berardi outside the box for Leeds United carries the ball a little further forward, and then it goes down the far side touchline. It's taken a touch and it's gone out. And I think it's going to be a Leeds United throw in, and that takes us pretty much into the regulation 45 minutes. The board's about to go up. I wouldn't imagine there's too much to be added on here. Maybe the Cooper stoppage, well, 3 minutes I suppose does take that into account, and the subsequent substitution. Leeds have lost Liam Cooper, the captain, to injury in this first half. Berardi on as his replacement, and it's going to be maybe a story that Leeds United will come back to throughout the course of this season. They're all key players for Leeds, aren't they? Everybody has to play their part in this squad because it's not a massive squad by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, that's a good point, that, Bryn.
So when you come in, you've got to do it.
Yeah, you've got to do it, and you've got to earn the right to do it. You know, we all know what a big part of the club the captain is and how he leads on and off the pitch. But it's up to others now to take responsibility, especially White, Calvin. You know, there's young players out there, but however old you are, once you wear that Leeds shirt, you take that responsibility.
Sawyers for West Bromwich Albion. Up towards Robson-Kanu, just outside the box, and then forced away from the box, and keeps the ball in play on the far touchline. From the far touchline, brings Pereira into it. Pereira has two options to his left, and one of them is Jake Livermore. Livermore out to the near side, Ferguson forward to Diangana. Diangana pursued by Dallas, knocks the ball. Well, actually, according to the ref, it's the final touch off Dallas there, and it's a West Brom throw in, and we just take a little check on the clock that tells us we're a minute and a half into 3 added minutes as Phillips tries to win the ball back for Leeds, but beaten to it by Pereira, then wins it back off Pereira. Great play by Calvin Phillips and a fine ball to Bamford. Now there's a runner through the middle. If he can pick out Click, it's just ahead of Click, and then a back pass is difficult for Johnson. Oohs and ahs from the home supporters because the keeper had to stretch to keep that from being a second own goal. Dallas, good ball forward. Still chances for Leeds maybe. Shackleton has it, plays it into space. Left hand side, carried forward by Alioski. Onto Harrison in the penalty area. Cut back for Click on the penalty spot. Comes back for Alioski with a low drive. Touched in, and Costa. Oh, it's saved by Johnson.
What a save.
Right in front of goal. An amazing block from Sam Johnson has held Costa. Looked absolutely odds on to give Leeds a second goal right on half time. Alioski's shot, and it was touched goalwards by Bamford, who looked suspiciously offside, but
he
nothing
wasn't offside
was given
because the right back had kept him on.
And Johnson made the first save, and the second save was fantastic. He picked himself up and he got across the goal line, and Sam Johnson has made a crucial double save there.
He's kept them
in the game. Prevented
game.
Leeds from going in on half time with a 2-goal lead. So still one, but could have been better. Leeds have a corner kick. It's not over yet. 10 seconds of added time remaining in the first half. It comes into the near post now, headed away, and comes out towards the edge of the area. And Alioski tries a drive, but that's disappointing. It's over the top. It's the last action of an enthralling first half, and it's Leeds who depart the pitch at the end of the first 48 minutes, as it turned out, with a slight advantage in this game. Leeds 1, West Brom 0. What do you think?
I think it's what Leeds deserve. They've had the better chances, they've had the better transitions. However, just that little bit at the end there, we're still attacking. Everyone's in that half of the pitch. We need to manage the game. Looking down at Slaven now, he looks a little bit disappointed. It'd be interesting to see what changes he makes tactically, and if he does.
Thanks, Emma. We're almost ready for the start of a big second half for Leeds United. They have the advantage at the interval. Could almost have been twice as good as well had they not been thwarted by Sam Johnson's double save. But we are going to see a change right at the start of the second half for Leeds United. One would only imagine it's an injury and force change, because Tyler Roberts is going to come back into the action for Leeds. As we stand up here on the gantry, we'll wait to see who it is that Tyler Roberts will replace. A quick look around suggests it's probably going to be Jamie Shackleton, who's had to leave the action. So Roberts back into first team action for Leeds United, and Shackleton has to leave the action, and that's disappointing because he did have a really good first half for Leeds United in what was a very good performance generally from the home side, up against a very good team in West Bromwich Albion as well. We're almost ready for the start of the second half. Down below is Bilic and Alioski. Exchange pleasantries, seem to know each other from somewhere, maybe Balkan clashes past, the Macedonian and the Croatian. And the second half will get underway with Leeds United kicking towards the Rebbe stand end. Fans who could play such a big part in this second half. We don't need the anxiety levels, we need complete positivity as the second half gets underway. And Leeds have the chance to get right back amongst the chasing pack, and better than that potentially this evening if they can hang on at least to this lead that they have through that first half own goal. And they're attacking now with Harrison. Now Roberts gets his first touch, rather steps on the ball and loses possession as a result. He's played up to another Welsh international, Hal Robson-Kanu. Two players gave each other a big hug before the game, know each other from international days, although Robson-Kanu has curtailed his international involvement now. He's retired from international football, but Tyler Roberts is a big part of Welsh plans in the future, and good to see him back playing for Leeds just ahead of the next international break, in which he will probably be, I guess, named in the Welsh squad. We'll wait and see. In the meantime, we have to focus very much on Championship football, a lot more of it to be played before we get to that international break. Matt Phillips for West Bromwich Albion tries to cross a ball into the box, and it almost goes full into the face of Jack Harrison there and rebounds off him and out for a West Brom throw-in on this near side, down by the edge of the Leeds penalty area, level with the edge of the Leeds penalty area. And it's going to be thrown in from the near side towards the edge of the box. Pereira pulls off the marking player. Phillips it is who gets the ball in the end from Furlong, and it comes out over the near side touchline again, but this time via the foot of Matt Phillips, and so Leeds United it is who have the throw-in down by the corner flag. Alioski has a little chat with the ref's assistant about what I know not, and then Harrison on this near side touchline is legged up in the air by Livermore, and then as he lays prone on the ground, the ball is kicked into his back by Furlong, and the net result of all of that is a Leeds United free kick and the chance for Leeds to get the ball forward. And Kettier appears from the dugout down below us and gets a round of applause from fans in the West Stand. Ayling out warming up as well. Just one change left for Leeds. Remember, Liam Cooper went off injured in the first half, replaced by Berardi. And Berardi it is who takes that free kick for Leeds United now. Onto the head of Ajayi and out over the near side touchline, right down below us, past Slaven Bilic, who refuses to return the ball, instead wants a word with the fourth official. Alioski picks the ball up and takes the throw in for Leeds. Goes back to Berardi. Berardi is outside the Leeds penalty area. He's under some pressure as well. And the ball is played for Tyler Roberts. Tyler Roberts is pushed to the ground, is he? No, he's not. Livermore's challenge is a fair challenge, according to the referee. And Leeds have to try and win the ball back in West Brom's half. Bartley plays it back to Sam Johnson, a man whose fantastic double save just before, literally seconds before half-time, ensured that the scoreline as the two teams went off at the break was Leeds 1, West Brom 0, not Leeds 2, West Brom 0. Leeds will be very, very keen indeed to make sure that that isn't a key moment in this game. Slight nervousness, of course, because this position of being in front by a slender lead with a slender advantage they have had before this season and not managed to hold on to it. So Leeds need to do better on that basis, and they'll need, I think, to get a second goal to ensure that those nerves don't come back.
I think this is a big time in an early point of the season. You know, a big statement. Hang on to the win against the team that's top of the league. I think this will send a message, by hook or by crook. Play well, play bad, just win this half of football. And I think for me, this ultimately breeds confidence within the squad and the city.
Throw in for West Bromwich Albion, who are putting a bit of pressure on Leeds at the moment. Hooked away by Harrison, but only to remain Sawyers. Sawyers comes back to this near side, and Ajayi up the line to Phillips. Nice little flick from Phillips to Hal Robson-Kanu. Forced away from the penalty area by Berardi. Turns back towards the box now. Plays a cross in. White has side-footed the ball to safety, relative safety at least, with a throw in for West Brom resulting from that clearance on this near side. But still the play is in the Leeds half, as it has been for much of the first 5 minutes nearly of this second period. Phillips with a cross from the corner flag. Berardi at the edge of the 6-yard box to head clear. Comes back out for Phillips to hook on. Leeds really having to do some dogged defending just at the moment. West Brom have possession again with Bartley in the centre circle. Everybody bar the West Brom keeper Johnson up in that Leeds half. On the far side, the tussle goes on, and it's Dallas who loses out to
He's done well there,
the attacking player, but Dallas comes really back at him and does bring the ball away for Leeds United. Forward to Bamford. Still Leeds hoping to try and cross the halfway line. It's been a while. They have the ball out the far side touchline with Tyler Roberts in possession and then Costa in possession, and Costa can't keep the ball in. But it's
have we any news why Shackleton's come off? Is he injured, or
it has to be an injury, doesn't it?
Because I thought he was one of Leeds' best players. Yeah, he was busy. I can't see, unless tactically he's thought, does he need to stretch the pitch and give Bamford a little bit of help and support there with pace?
Well, you would never presume to second guess Marcelo Bielsa in terms of his thinking.
I'm asking you and your knowledge of years of experience, because you have seen it all, my friend.
Well, that's your first big. I have seen it all, but that is your first big mistake. The reason I'm sitting up here still is because I'm clueless. Ball down the far side touchline. It's Leeds United who have possession through Costa again, and then the ball comes off. I think it's Ajayi standing in front of him.
This is good. We need to frustrate them now. We need to time waste. We need to be a little bit horrible and stand on the ball and wait to play, and get them. Ref, come on, they're playing. Great ball down the side, stretching the pitch.
Lovely ball from Dallas down the line to Patrick Bamford, who's made good progress up towards the corner flag far side. He's been held up by Ajayi down by the corner flag, hands in the back there. And all he gets at the end of it, despite his protestations, it would appear, is a throw-in.
He's stretched the pitch. He's got Leeds up the pitch. We've won a throw-in right in the corner of the pitch. It's just good play. Ajayi's just defended. Touched him. Little bit of intent. That's what defenders do.
Tyler Roberts plays the ball out of a crowd, almost finds Bamford, but not quite. Costa coming in to try and help out as well. Neither manages to get there. And so ultimately the long clearance comes out of the penalty area and goes over the far side touchline. Leeds United have a throw in. playing a bit more of the game now in that West Brom half. Ball over the top from Click is inviting for Costa. Costa held up as he tried to make progress towards it, and then ultimately I think offside given, or is that a foul against Bamford? Looks like maybe a foul against Bamford for a little pull there on Bartley.
I don't know where he's taking that from, but
and it's hard to say what the incident was because the ball is spotted up in a position that doesn't really relate to any passage of play we've just witnessed. But Sam Johnson is out of the penalty area to take the free kick for West Brom.
So Leeds have only, have got one more change left, haven't they?
And you do expect at some point, if games follow the pattern so far, that Nketiah gets the run out, and maybe that's the point at which Patrick Bamford starts looking a little ruefully towards the near side touchline.
Yeah, but you do. But then you think about, do you put a senior professional on like, Ayling or Douglas just to settle things down to take the win? It's 2 games in a week. Another important game at the weekend before the international break. That's a great ball and run.
Phillips, great ball over the top for Costa to chase. The defender gets a foot in ahead of him, but Costa's in there. Can Costa find room for the shot on goal? He can't quite. He stumbled at the crucial moment, and Ajayi recovered, and he stabbed the ball behind for a Leeds corner kick. It's a fine ball over the top for Costa to chase. Ajayi read it and then lost it, and Costa turned into him basically when it looked like the opportunity was going to...
defending, and is it good defending, or has Costa missed an opportunity again, A
little bit of both, I suspect. Corner kick to Leeds far side then. Calvin Phillips will take it for the home team. In it goes to the penalty area. He's gone deep with it,
and
the
out of play even before
linesman far side has raised the flag, and
see that from here.
Andy says the ball had gone out before it came in, so there was too much whip on that one from Calvin Phillips, and it'll be a goal kick for West Bromwich Albion. None of the ball boys in any massive hurry to give the ball back to the keeper.
I was just watching Zahora warm up. You forget what a top player he was at Cardiff. Real top championship player.
I think they'll make changes up front, won't they, West Brom?
You can see they've got players that can certainly make an impact. The keeper's gone back to, are we playing out? Are we not playing out? I'm making a decision. Yep, we're long.
Well, he's come out again. He's swung it out towards this near side touch. I'm not entirely sure what the point of that goal kick is, because it's a difficult ball to get under control when it's played out high, fairly short towards the touchlines on both sides.
So if I ask you a question, Sat Abrin, when the keeper's doing that, who has got the best chance of winning the ball?
Well, it's the player running towards the ball.
Exactly. And you've got a defender standing still, a wide man standing still, or you've got Alioski, who's ultimately an attacker playing left back, and he's still going to win the ball.
That's the bit I don't get. Anyway, the longer they persist, the happier we'll maybe be, because not an awful lot has come from those attempts to play out from the back so far. Al Robson-Kanu slips on the near side, can't keep the ball in play, ends up sitting on the ball indeed. And now we've got a little bit of chelping going on, possibly. I think we're going to have another booking in the Leeds dugout. Which one of the coaching staff will it be this evening? Referee says I think it's a cumulative decision. And Marcelo Bielsa puts a thumb up, but there's a yellow card. Leeds are going to be the most booked coaching staff in this division shortly. I think it was 3 in that Carabao Cup game, was it?
Carlos, the under-23 manager.
Yes, I think it was. And that's his 2nd yellow card of the season. And you do get suspensions, don't you? You can be suspended from the dugout. Anyway, play continues with the ball played forward. I'm not sure what the problem was down there.
I think you're only allowed, from being in the dugouts, you're only allowed a certain amount of staff stood up each time in the dugouts. The more you persist with it, the more you get on the fourth. The hardest job in football, by the way, apart from referee again, is the fourth down there. Because I've experienced it being at the fourth. Leeds are in.
Now there's a problem here as the ball goes across the goal mouth. And Leeds were so lucky there, because arriving at the back post was Matt Phillips, and it was Pereira's cross-come shot, and they were an absolute whisker away, any sort of contact there. And that surely was an equalising goal. Leeds were rather cut open on that occasion, and it was just a little bit further ahead.
Yeah, that's a big let-off for us, wanted. It wasn't really a shot, it was more of a cross shot. Obviously Phillips has just been unlucky, come flying in at the back. I think Slaven will be extremely disappointed with that.
Leeds have had a let-off. That's probably West Brom's best opening of the night so far. Scoreline remains Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. We're into the 57th minute. Patrick Bamford under pressure from Bartley, does really well again under pressure
tonight.
And he's held the ball up and he's kept possession for Leeds. Now it's gone back to Patrick Bamford. He's surely brought down. No foul, says the referee. And the home fans are unhappy, but the professional standing alongside me thinks that's the right decision. Robson Kanu carries the ball forward.
Good defending
for West Brom, but Berardi reads it and stays with him, puts a foot in, and the boos go up around Elland Road because the home fans at least feel that there was a foul. I think there was a foul on the back of Patrick Bamford there. What do you reckon? No?
Not for me, no. He's that close, he's touched it. They've got him from the throw-in. That's a foul.
And there's a foul given away right on the edge of the D by Calvin Phillips.
So West Brom, I was going to say, if he doesn't book him,
I don't think he's going to, but we'll see. Yeah, it was a fairly obvious foul from Calvin Phillips.
He'll do well to get. I mean, West Brom are on 4 bookings. If I'm a West Brom player now and I'm a captain, why is he not being booked?
Yeah.
Just game management. I'm talking of how we're doing things.
Putting the pressure on, if you like. Well, Leeds are under pressure anyway because they have to defend this free kick, and it's 3-4 yards outside the D. It's just to the right of centre. So the Leeds wall is lined up inside the Leeds penalty area. 1, 2, 3, 4 players in it. But you would imagine this is an opportunity, an invitation for a shot from West Brom. They scored a goal from a very similar position to this against QPR at the weekend, and that one went under the wall. So Leeds have got to decide whether they go up or whether they stay grounded for this one. Pereira it was who scored the goal at the weekend, and Pereira it is who will take this free kick again for them now. He comes in and this time he lofts it and it's over, and it's just wide. Just wide.
I'll tell you this now, the keeper had given up on that. Watch his body shape. He thought that was in. Watch his body shape.
And there's no movement there.
He was
anxiously over that right shoulder, over which the ball had just sailed, but it went just outside the post. So again, Leeds living just a little bit dangerously in this second period. And this is when the crowd need to play their part, perhaps. You'll hear the noise levels as the Leeds fans sing in honour of a former favourite, Lucas Radebe. Because the Leeds players need to maintain belief, maintain their shape, maintain discipline, and at the very least have what they hold what they have rather, which is a 1-goal lead.
You can see Harrison stood out here. The idea is to create quick play to switch the play.
He's
trying to stretch it. Yeah, I know he's not seen much of it, but you saw the important part he had to play in the first goal. So
the option is there and available. Leeds need a bit more possession than they're enjoying at the moment. They're having to work very hard to keep West Brom at arm's length in this game. And it's West Brom who have the ball in Leeds half again, but they create their own problems there, and the ball is hooked into touch, and you just see that little less than a speedy run from Stuart Dallas to go and get the ball back for the throw-in. Every second counts, even at this stage, as we head ever closer, in fact seconds away from the hour mark in this game.
I think they're going to make a change. Krovinic looks like he's going to come on. Some talented player.
And some suggestions that he might have started this game, but came on as a sub at the weekend. Harrison cuts inside for Leeds. Now he has an opportunity, maybe goes beyond Sawyers, and then the pass is stubbed and mishit, and Leeds lose out as a result. And now Phillips carries it forward for West Brom over the halfway line, moves it from left foot to right foot, and then great work from Harrison to nip at his heels and get the ball back for Leeds and play a good ball down the touchline. Bamford trying to get away from Ajayi, but Harrison's come in to pick the ball up from behind him. Now click infield. Now there's good opportunities with Costa wide right. Tyler Roberts in possession, drives the shot, and that has got to be the wrong option.
Let me ask you a question, Bryn. Tell me the last time you saw that player score from 30 yards in the top corner.
I don't think I've seen.
Am I being silly? Don't do it.
He was taking a chance, wasn't he?
Okay, play the ball wide though. We were on transition. We had an overload, and that's been Leeds' identity for last season under Bielsa. Overloads wide with pace, just like the first goal. Get the ball wide, cross or shot.
Option wasn't taken, and as a result, Leeds United have to line up to await the arrival of the goal kick. So we're going to see changes here.
You spoke about these, didn't you, Bryn? We're going to 2 changes there.
And no surprise to see West Bromwich Albion making a change up front. Kenneth Zohori coming on, and it's Hal Robson Kanu, he's worked hard enough, but not an awful lot's come his way so far this evening. So Kanu goes off, Zohori comes on, and also coming on for West Brom is Krovinovic, and he is going to be
surprised me
replacing
because
Matt Phillips.
I think he's been good, Phillips. I'd be happy with that. If I'm a Leeds fan or a Leeds player, him going off, I'm like, that'll do for me.
Yeah, he's been involved in a lot of play for West Brom.
His pace, he's powerful.
Let's see how the shape, if the shape indeed alters for West Bromwich Albion, whether they do things a little differently now as we approach the real key part of this game, you feel. Ben White slices a clearance into touch near side.
Have we had any information on the captain with the injury?
Not heard anything on Liam Cooper's, the diagnosis, if that's the right word there. Went off in the first half injured, didn't look good for Leeds. You'd think almost certainly out at the weekend for the game at Millwall, but almost certainly I would say probably out of the international games for Scotland as well. Berardi on to replace him as Calvin Phillips comes in strongly through the back of Krovinovic, but fairly, and another West Bromwich Albion throw in, still midway inside the Leeds half. Down below us, kicking towards the south stand in this second period, the away team in yellow and green, team who started the evening on top of the table. Half-time scoreline showed quite a few level playing games, but Fulham with a very good lead already at Reading. All very tight in the Championship this season so far. Leeds want to stay at least amongst the leading pack, and this would be a great way to do it by holding what they have established in the way of a lead in this game. Harrison halfway line, but it's behind Roberts, and Harrison is frustrated that he didn't quite get the pass right there. Now Livermore for West Brom, who are looking to move the ball much more quickly in this period of the play in this second half. Pereira near side, tackled by Harrison, still has the ball. Now Furlong, and then Furlong's tackle, and then Phillips does a brilliant job coming through. Good Furlong took the chance, timed it really well, and the ball is again in touch on this near side for a West Brom throw in. So this is something that Leeds haven't really had to endure yet this season. The opposition enjoying a prolonged period of possession.
Well, it's good for Leeds. It's good to experience this. It's good to be in a deep block, find a way to win, get together, pull your teammates in, keep your distances tight, defend your lines.
And there's good work on the edge of the penalty area from Stuart Dallas, and Dallas to Harrison. Harrison, the only player forward at the moment for Leeds is Bamford. It doesn't arrive at Bamford. Now it does, maybe. Can he turn and make possession? Yes, he can. That's a late challenge, and that's a yellow card. Oh, it's a yellow, but Ajayi there will be perhaps just a little bit relieved.
He's lucky,
because that was a scrape down the ankle of Patrick Bamford as he spun away from the marking player, and he was on his way just inside the West Brom half. But
it's not. It looked. Sorry, Bree. It looked worse from up here than that. Than what it was.
Well, he got a yellow card, so another West Bromwich Albion
and
player
a centre-half,
into the book. And the ball is played. It's a good ball wide to Costa, who's just inside the penalty area. Ball drops, volley goalwards, comes out for Click, and Click sees a shot blocked by Bartley. And another opportunity for Leeds United there. Great work initially by Costa.
Brilliant.
Saved by Johnson, and then when it came out to Click, you have to say it was a great block from a man who was a big fan of the Leeds, a big favourite of the Leeds fans, Kyle Bartley, who made the block to make sure that the scoreline stays 1-0.
I'm sure he still is as well. I'm sure he'll get a fabulous reception at the end of the game.
And many
Leeds it's up to these fans now to lift the players.
And they're doing just that. Their scarves are up. We are the champions of Europe.
It's sort of a 4-5, Bamford up on his own, pressing. So it's important that they get good at this, Leeds. Soak the pressure up.
Might have earned a free kick. No, they haven't earned a free kick. Ref's been, he's given out plenty of yellow cards, but he's let quite a lot go as well.
No, he's been good tonight, the ref. I like this ref.
And the game has flowed as a result of it. And Leeds are working from the edge of the penalty area. Great reading by Berardi there to intercept. And then Bamford, under pressure, can do no more.
It's unlucky because that's all he could do. Now, what do? Do you turn and spin it there? Does Bamford sense that instead of always going to the ball, does he stretch the pitch like he did first half?
You know that the fans have realised that they have a part to play, don't you, at this stage? Because maybe that's been the one thing slightly lacking in some of the previous home games. It's gone a little bit quiet because Leeds have dominated possession in those games. So it looks like they're working their way towards a victory without having to score another goal. But in this game, it's not the case at the moment. It's West Brom who enjoy more possession. More of the players in that Leeds United half. Leeds are playing almost on they are playing on the counter-attack at the moment. And the fans are doing their best to help the team out. As West Brom have the chance to cross again from the far side. Diangano's in possession for them.
Slowed it down, missed the opportunity.
Comes back to him though, maybe he gets a second chance at this one. Runs up towards the edge of the area, plays it into the area, read by Ben White, and Ben White is happy just to play it
For me now, what do you do?
Touch.
I'm thinking Nketiah to stretch the pitch, just to have that edge of threat of pace down the side.
And maybe just to give the out ball in terms of a race between the attacking player and the central defenders.
Or is it the senior professional
who's done a really good job up there?
Yeah. Do we sit? Do we deep? Does he keep leading the line? Do we block it up again?
All these questions have to be answered by the man sitting on a bucket down below us.
I mean, he's the genius that can see the game like no one else. He watches the game in X-ray, as if to say, I'm sure he'll make whatever best decision it is for the club. But this is the bits now where it's been last few minutes a little bit worrying.
Ball far side, Krovinovic has the chance to play.
Pull him down then.
And Pereira plays goalwards, and Kiko Casilla dives to his right hand side.
I thought Krovinovic could have gone down then. I thought he had a little drag. He was, if you watch here,
they had bodies
just
over,
there.
didn't they, West
You know that little touch then, he could have gone down.
But they carried on playing.
It's a good save.
And Casilla,
or has he made that look better than what it is?
Well, it's that slightly odd dive that Kiko Casilla has. I think he kind of doesn't stretch. I don't know. I'm not quite sure he does it, but he managed to get the ball behind, and that's the absolutely crucial part. So it's a corner kick that Leeds United have to defend. 68 minutes gone here. It's so close, so
they've got
tight.
Extra height
such a
here
battle.
now.
Ball in. Oh, and it's gone into the side netted just for a moment there. I thought he caught the keeper out, but Casilla, I think, had watched that one go sail. Well, it didn't quite sail behind, did it? There was a moment there where something risky could have happened. As we see a replay now, Kiko moved towards his near post. The players had moved off the near post.
He's tried to drive the ball near post instead of a whip.
It wasn't a million miles away from working.
They've cleared the near post area, and they tried to do that.
Now Kiko Casilla plays that goal kick out towards the touchline, and again it doesn't work. It's gone over the head of Berardi and out. I'm a real traditionalist when it comes to goal
kicks. Here we got
kicks.
another booking hero. We're getting one sent up there.
I think it's Marcelo Bielsa who's going to be booked. It's the number of people standing in the technical area, isn't it? So there's a long lecture from Marcelo Bielsa has got his second yellow card, and it's that.
But the referee's right. You can only have two people in the technical area at once.
I think they're also kind of animated and so into it that there's
Look, one, they do it for a reason. Obviously, they want to get information on the pitch to do that. Two, as well, it annoys the opposition coaches, right? And three, it takes the emphasis away from the players. There's a little bit of pressure on them.
As Costa is brought down in front of the referee, but nothing is given. It was a fair challenge apparently, and then there is a foul surely on Livermore on the edge of the area, and Leeds are lucky that the ref has not spotted that. It was click with a little pull back as the player Livermore was in space moving into the box. Still West Brom come. These are worrying times for Leeds. They've got to really dig in.
A foul.
And that's a great
that's
piece
brilliant
of
off the linesman. What a trick that was.
And the flag has flown off the linesman's handle. And it's dropped to the floor, and at the end of it all, Leeds United are more than relieved that they've got a goal kick. Alioski, fair play to him, did a great job in holding off the attacking player there, and
for me that's a foul.
Well, it looked like that way to me, but and the West Bromwich Albion
this is what happens at Elland Road. You get these decisions to go for you. The linesman's having a little laugh there. I tell you, he's done his hair tonight, hasn't he? He's had a right go.
Yes, he looks very smart. The ball is over the near side, over the touchline, near side. Harrison trying to get something for Leeds going forward. The ball goes all the way back to Sam Johnson as Harrison just for a moment there thought he might put the keeper under pressure. Didn't happen. Bamford is challenging up against Ajay in the end. He wins the ball ultimately well, but then again West Brom come away
now
with
they accelerate play. This is when they accelerate the play.
And they're moving the ball through the middle at the moment through Diangano. Who's the chance to a shot maybe on this near side. Krovinovic, great block by Calvin Phillips. And that's what Leeds are having to do at this stage. They're having to get the blocks in. They're having to make the tackles. And West Brom continue to put the pressure on the home team here. They have a throw in down by the corner flag on this near side touchline. Luke Ayling is called back, and Ayling will be returning to the action like Tyler Roberts fairly shortly, it would appear as well. Leeds having to do a defensive job in this second half. Ball into the penalty area. Livermore held off it, and now Phillips, and there's nothing available for Phillips, but Costa sets off on a Forrest Gump-like run on the far side. He's got real pace and he almost catches the defender then when he had no right to get anywhere close to that ball, and it puts that little bit of extra pressure on West Brom, and Bamford does his job manfully as well. It looks like Bamford's going to play this full game if Ayling's coming on here. Now Leeds have a bit of space with Tyler Roberts. Good ball for Bamford. Oh, he's just offside and he has a shot goalwards and it's saved, but the play will be stopped and a free kick will be awarded to West Brom for that offside decision against Patrick Bamford, and they waste no time at all. There's no moment to breathe in this game. 71 minutes gone, and West Brom attack but give it away to Dallas. Dallas brings the ball in from the far touchline. Now Costa, this is such a game. Now Costa carries it forward for Leeds, up to the edge of the penalty area, still into the penalty area, forced away from the penalty box by Sawyer, still has the ball at his feet. Dallas arrives to offer support, and then a little back heel gives Dallas the opportunity to run towards the corner flag, and a good challenge comes in from Ajayi, but Leeds trying to keep the pressure on edge of the penalty area. Calvin Phillips is in there trying to win the ball back for the home team, and it's run into touch on the far side by Diangana, and Leeds will have a throw in level with the edge of the West Brom penalty area, and the home fans behind the goal respond.
Who do you think, Bryn? Who do you think's
to come off?
Yep.
I think it would possibly be Click is my suspicion there, to make the sure
with
things
his
up
fitness though. Is he the one to make the box possibly on transition with his energy?
Well, we're about to see as soon as this throw-in's been taken. Click is the man with the header, and it comes to Tyler Roberts, and Tyler Roberts then tries to scoop the ball down the line. It comes for Costa, edge of the box, and Costa does really well, turns now. Click is inside the penalty area and he tries to turn away from the marking player, and ultimately maybe between the pair of them they just did a bit too much, but it's some game. The ball is quickly played and Casillas come miles out the penalty area, and the ball is cleared straight into the face down below us of Kenneth Zohore, but Zohore can't make it go goalwards, and Casillas was miles off his line, miles off the penalty area, and he's still off his line, and it's carried forward, and it's a ball outside the defender Diangana, far side of the penalty area, but he's overrun it.
Stopped, didn't he?
Dallas has just stepped in time. He was given the opportunity to do that, because I'm not quite sure Diangana kind of lost his head a little bit there when he suddenly seemed to be in space and with time to play the ball in. And the change is going to be made, and the player who is going to be
subbing
leaving the action is Tyler Roberts. They are indeed subbing the sub. So there you go, Marcelo Bielsa, never afraid to do something a bit different. Tyler Roberts maybe just finding a bit of fitness as well, because it's his first experience of first team action so far this season, and another player who's been out injured. Luke Ayling comes into the action as well, but I think Marcelo Bielsa will be a quick explanation there to Tyler Roberts.
Do you know what? The manager doesn't have to explain anything to anyone. He's doing what he thinks is best interest of the club and to get a result. And
at this stage, with 75 minutes nearly on the clock, Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Matchday Live on LUTV, brought to you by Deliveroo, Food Freedom. Harrison can't win the header for Leeds, but it's okay because it comes off the head of Furlong and it goes behind off the head of Furlong for a Leeds United goal kick.
It's good play off Bamford, because I'm watching Bilic and he's pointing his hand down, and for me he's making sense. Give it the keeper, because Ajayi's hit like a curly diag for a fight ball, and that's ended up in Leeds' favour. So keep pressing Bamford. Keep pressing into them long balls.
The other end, it's Casilla who takes the goal kick for Leeds. He does go out to the far touchline. Much better ball from Kiko Casilla.
It's a great setup.
And it's a good piece of control as well by Ayling to maintain possession for Leeds. Down the line for Costa. Costa, well, it's a rare 90 minutes for Helder Costa in terms of his time at Leeds, but he's made good inroads in the last few minutes down that right-hand side, and maybe yet he can use his pace to good effect in the crucial closing stages.
Some results going for us tonight. I see Hull beating Sheffield Wednesday, Blackburn are drawing with Forest, Preston are drawing.
So Leeds have an opportunity knocks again for the home team here.
This is why the Championship for me is the best league
it's a brilliant
in
league.
Europe.
It's a brilliant league. It's all great going into the Premier League, but there's so many games in the Premier League are preordained in terms of the outcome. You can never predict anything in this league. As Ajayi plays a cross into the penalty area for West Brom. It's held up on the edge of the box. It comes out to Kravinovic. He tries a shot. It deflects somewhat fortuitously into the path of Alioski. And Leeds are happy just to hack it clean. It's something you never see Leeds doing, but they're having to do it in this game because they're under some pressure in this second half, and they have been almost from minute one of the second period. West Brom have been very, very strong in possession, and they're coming again now. And Leeds have been equally resolute defensively to keep them out to this stage. Ajayi outside the centre circle. West Brom have the ball with Bartley now in the centre circle. And Krovinovic, who's been involved in the action since he came on, gives it back to Bartley again. Cal Bartley forward, rolls it to Pereira. Pereira with Phillips sniffing down his neck, and the ball goes then to Krovinovic on the edge of the centre circle. He switches tonight, play, Pereira. And now the big central defender Jay carries the ball forward and into the penalty area. Great ball into the danger zone there, right into that corridor of uncertainty, I think it's described as, isn't it? And the figure of Kenneth Zohore stretched a leg out, and Leeds, actually was well defended, wasn't it, by White, who stayed tight to his man and just rolled him away from the ball, and the ball goes behind for a goal
ultimately
kick.
You've got their centre half walking up the pitch, crossing balls from deep. If I said to you, 77 minutes gone, there, centre half's coming up and making crosses, you'd be like, yeah, I'll take that, because at least the ball's not wide, he's crossing from deep. So good for Leeds. Get used to it, get in a deep block and do whatever it takes to win the game.
13 minutes remaining here of normal time. The second half has absolutely flown by. It's been such an entertaining game of football generally anyway, and that despite the fact the chance count is not massive, but it's just been one that you can't take your eyes off.
You've got to win that.
You feel that there's still much more football to be played, even in these closing 12 minutes or so now. And West Brom have possession again inside the centre circle, and Phillips again does a good job in just holding things up, but still West Brom have the ball. Krovinovic has been really, really involved in the action since he came on as a second half replacement. Again, he links up with Pereira, and Pereira knocks out to Diangana just on the edge of the penalty area. He slips, but he still has the ball at his feet. He's trying to work the shot in, and Leeds get enough bodies around it. Berardi makes a great block there, and Leeds clear up towards the halfway line. They're desperate for a couple of minutes possession, Leeds, but they're working doggedly to make sure they put pressure on the man in possession still, even at this late stage of an enthralling game. Halfway line, near side, Pereira comes to Furlong, back to Ajayi. There's only Bamford up there putting pressure on for Leeds because they can't get out of defence. They daren't get out of the defensive shape as the ball is played down the channel for Zohore. Zohore with Berardi on his back brings Sawyers into play. And then it comes to Krovinovic and through the middle for Pereira. Pereira with Alioski tight to him. Click steps across, but Sawyers has it for West Brom. Sawyers has possession again. West Brom midway inside Leeds half. Now it's the central defender coming up again. The man with the 6 on his back plays a great pass down the channel inside the defender. It's glossed up towards the near post, and Casilla does a brilliant job in clutching onto the ball with some relief written across his face there, because the ball from the central defender was impeccable inside the defender for the curved run of Zohore.
He'll be disappointed with that cross. You've got from that area there. You've got to pull back or go far post. You can see now that they're bringing Edwards on,
and so one more change to come from the away side.
This boy's impressed me tonight.
Pereira involved for West Brom in the centre of the pitch. And now it's Jake Livermore, the old head for West Brom. And then it goes all the way through to White, and then White up to Costa. Desperate Leeds to get the ball into that West Brom half and just play a bit of the game there. But when it's played forward from Costa, there's nobody anywhere close to it in a white shirt. They're all back in that defensive block as they come again. Now Dallas has a bit of room to run into. They've won possession. He plays the ball through the middle for Bamford, battling with Ajayi, and Ajayi's done really, really well there to hold him off and just work the ball away from the position on the edge of the penalty area. But just a glimmer of something in an attacking sense for Leeds, and they've been few and far between those moments in this second period. Berardi, great win of the ball with a stooping header. Now Dallas is midway inside the West Brom half. This is better from Leeds. Out towards Harrison, near side, and then Bamford in towards the edge of the penalty area. Alioski, and now Harrison with a bit of space, and he shoots, and Johnson beats the shot away. And it comes out to the far side of the penalty area, and Ayling holds the ball up for Leeds. Can they get it back in there again? Played in to the edge of the area. Harrison with a little back heel for Costa. Costa goes down. It's still there. Click plays the ball, but he side foots the ball straight into the hands of Johnson. And he made it just a little bit too easy for the West Brom keeper there. But that was a great piece of play from Leeds, and they worked that so well.
He's in here.
Harrison so close. at the other end. Leeds are having to do some defending as Dallas has lost out. And Pereira carries the ball forward for West Brom. Good block from Berardi. More work for Leeds to do defensively though, as the ball is on the far side with Diangana. Now Pereira, edge of the penalty area, links up with Diangana, who will try and cut the ball back.
Brilliant
and Berardi
defending.
slides in to
Leeds
knock the
are
ball
putting bodies on the line. This is the different Leeds. This is the resilience that we need to see. This is what it takes to win games at a Tuesday night against top of the league teams.
It's breathless stuff.
Win this game, no one will care about the second half performance.
And between
two defenders there, the
White
passion.
and Berardi, they got in there and knocked that ball behind. Now the change is made, and it's Jake Livermore who comes off, and fresh legs thrown into the action in the shape of Kyle Edwards, and he goes straight into the penalty area as Leeds have to defend a corner kick. 8 minutes of normal time remaining.
Fans doing their bit, putting him off, trying to say the ball's not in the corner. I love that.
So the
look at that.
Referee responds.
That's what they did.
As well.
Exactly.
And he agrees with the Leeds supporters behind the goal, and the ball has to be respotted.
Why wouldn't he?
And it comes in now, and the heads go up, and it's Kiko Cassillo flaps at it, and it comes out towards the near side of the penalty area. And it's a first touch of the ball for Edwards. Edwards on the edge of the box. Dallas stands in front. Support arrives in the shape of Roman Sawyers. Now back it goes towards Ferguson, who goes past 1-2 challenges and has the chance to cross into the box, and the keeper stays on his goal line, and Bartley got a header to it, but it came off the top of his head, but it's still there with Diangana now out with Pereira on the far side, and the ball comes back, and it's a poor cross, and Leeds are so happy to see that. Now a chance to break as the boys played out. Click's fouled surely there, and the referee's seen it, and there's no advantage, and Leeds are happy with that. That's a good place for Leeds to get a free kick, as Click is brought down with a late challenge that was so unnecessary, and as a result Leeds have a chance to kill a few seconds and slow the game down and ease themselves a little closer to what would be a big win.
Here we go.
All the coaching staff taking a risk. They're all in the technical area. I mean, this is surely the issue.
It's carnage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bodies come out. It's like they come out en masse. In the meantime, Leeds United have a free kick, which Kiko Casilla, who was glad to see that cross cleared away, takes for Leeds. Forward it goes. Bamford, who's had a fine evening on his own pretty much in the second half up front, plays the ball to Harrison, down by the corner flag for Leeds, trying to get to the byline, goes into the byline, into the penalty area. Can he cut the ball back? Oh, he stumbles. Crucial moment, he stumbles, and it goes behind, and it's a goal kick. And you can hear the frustration from those standing behind the goal towards which Jack Harrison was running there. 6 minutes remaining. Leeds United 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. And it's been some second half. West Brom have possession, far side. Work from Costa defensively. And it comes back to Kyle Bartley, who's in the West Brom half, which is where Leeds want to see the ball as much as possible now. Pereira comes back, pushes the ball back to Bartley with a bit of time in the centre circle, looking to pick out the pass. Kyle Bartley goes straight and onto Zahory. Brilliant work from Ben White. Brilliant work from Ben White to do and bring the ball away. And then he's rather let down by Click, who misplaces the pass, and it comes into touch near side. And actually Leeds are happy that the ball has gone out of play, I think, because there was a chance possibly for West Brom to attack there. Now Bilic has got involved in the action. He's come out of his technical area to frustratedly get the ball back under control, to give it to the player to take the throw in down below us. It's all getting a little bit tetchy, understandably so. It's a key part in a key game, and there anywhere will do from Stuart Dallas up into that West Bromwich Albion half, far up into West Bromwich Albion half, and Bartley has the ball at his feet again. He chips the ball up this time, and it's chested off for Pereira. Pereira now midway inside Leeds territory. Now Roman Sawyers is back in the centre circle under pressure from Click, and it goes back to Bartley again, and Bartley's looking ahead of himself for support. Sawyer through the gap up towards the edge of the area in Zahory, and then played into Zahory again, edge of the box, into the box indeed. It loops up, and it loops into the hands of Kiko Casilla.
I tell you what, the play through the middle of the park for West Brom then was fabulous. Great defending in the end. Bodies put in on the line. We thought it was going to loop over the defending. Top. Come on, see it out.
ever closer. Leeds edge towards
How long's left?
Big win. 4 minutes and less of normal time remaining. What were we looking at? Maybe 2-3 minutes to be added on. Mainly substitutions we've seen in the way of stoppages in this second period. Casilla with the ball at his feet in the penalty area, up to the halfway line, over the halfway line. Well, not quite as it turns out. West Brom win it back with a header. Forced back into their own territory, and then the ball is played quickly and aimlessly down the goal line, straight into the path of Ben White. And White looks to play it long and over the top for Bamford to chase, and he's game, and he'll go after this one. And he may get there as well, Patrick Bamford. Well, he doesn't quite get there, and it's gone behind for a corner kick. And absolute applause for Bamford, because that was fabulous work to put pressure on Bartley to chase what was almost a lost cause, and Bartley got the final touch and it went behind, and Leeds have the corner kick. And we're up to 42 minutes played in this second half. 3 minutes of normal time remaining.
Best Leeds player Bamford for you?
Oh, he's had a great night, hasn't he? Had a great night. I mean, seen little by the way of chances, but what he's done in terms of his contribution when he's been asked to work hard, he's done exactly that. I mean, he's done that all season, in fairness. Sometimes maybe the chances
every time I've
come.
watched him play for Leeds, I think he's been brilliant. I think he's been top. I think he leads the line, he's brave. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves.
Maybe he'll get his reward here with a goal from this corner kick from Phillips, who goes in deep over the head of Bamford and overhead indeed of Harrison. Can Alioski keep it in play? Well, he tries, he slides across the greasy surface, but he can't keep it in, and West Brom have the throw in, and it's been attempted to be taken 15 yards too far forward, and the referee sends the fullback Furlong back to the correct position. And then it's won in the middle of the West Brom half by Dallas, who'll try a low drive, and again maybe just a little impetuous there, because
you run the ball into the corner.
Yeah,
there?
Exactly. You take your time, don't you? You hold possession. He took a shot instead, and it was an easy catch for Johnson, and Johnson was happy to get the ball forward without delay. It's over on the far side touchline. It's a throw into West Bromwich Albion. It's just inside the Leeds half. We've got 2 minutes of normal time remaining. Leeds 1, West Bromwich Albion 0. Bartley forward for West Brom with a chipped ball. It's onto the head just of Alioski at a stretch. And now Harrison, can he run it away to safety for Leeds? He's coming towards this near side touchline. Bamford held up, pushed, neither. Ball comes out into touch on the near side, and Bamford won't give the ball up. And it's all getting a little bit nasty between Furlong and Bamford, and the coaching staff have to step in. And Patrick Bamford would do well. Well, maybe it's that game management again. Maybe it's Patrick Bamford just quietening things down, slowing things down. Wouldn't give the ball back from the when it had gone out of play. And again, all Leeds coaching staff come out of the dugout and out of the technical area in one instance at least. And
a lot of hand signals, aren't they?
Yeah,
a lot of hand signals.
A lot of big gestures going on down there. It's good to watch. Oh, and then Harrison is the recipient of a hard challenge from Furlong, but Leeds don't mind too much. They don't get a free kick, but they do get a throw in. No need to hurry this now. We're inside the final minute of the 90. The board will go up shortly to see how much longer Leeds have to hold on here. Bamford does exactly the right job, and he's won a brilliant free kick for Leeds United there. And it's another yellow card because Bamford is hacked down. He held the ball up so well again, midway inside West Brom territory, and he's cut down. And Leeds have a free kick, and better than that, Leeds see more seconds tick down, and better than that, Leeds have the chance to keep the ball in that West Brom half, deep in that West Brom half, as we await the sight of the board going up and listen to the home supporters. The name of Patrick Bamford rings out around Elland Road. It's been a while since that last goal, but he's contributing in many other ways here, in particular in this second half for Leeds tonight, when they've had to work so hard to keep out a very impressive looking West Bromwich Albion side. Marching on together, rings out around Elland Road. 4 added minutes, that's the crucial statistic now. 4 minutes remaining, and we're into that time already. So 4 minutes now for Leeds to hang on to this, to claim only the second home win of the league season. Harrison in the West Brom half, back to Alioski, chips it up into the penalty area. Just another instance where you think, keep possession maybe, get it in the corner. It's played out quickly from Johnson.
Now look at this.
Zahori at the other end is in, and he's played the shot high over the crossbar.
That's a chance from us not keeping the ball in the corner.
And it's that eagerness to keep trying to attack, but there's a time and a place, isn't there? I don't know. But anyway, ultimately we can say it didn't matter because the ball was blazed over the crossbar by Zahouri.
Yeah.
The South Stand aren't for giving the ball back. They're playing with it in the corner. They're throwing it up in the air there. So we've had to have
watch this. It'll come back on the pitch.
another replacement ball, and it's going to come up surely on any second. Kiko Casilla has got the replacement ball at the moment, and the other ball is still being played with behind the goal, and now it does bounce almost onto the pitch, but a ball boy is in there to retrieve, and play continues with Kiko Casilla playing the ball up to the halfway line. Alioski falls to the floor. Harrison has possession anyway. Bamford goes again. Bamford, just for a second there was a glimmer. Furlong slips. Can Bamford get the ball off him? Furlong recovers, but Harrison has it for Leeds. Down by the corner flag. Infield it comes to Alioski. Another chance to get it in by that corner flag. Alioski plays it in that direction now. Harrison can't keep the ball in play though. And we have had 2 of the 4 added minutes. So close now. Leeds United ball is deep in that West Brom territory. Down by the corner flag. It's a throw into the away team. That one goal in the first half separates the two sides. Alioski, he's tried a long range goal. Was it a shot? I don't know. He put it high into the night sky, and Johnson was off his line, but he was never under any real danger there. And he clears the ball from the ground now, and it's over the head of Berardi, and there's more defending for Leeds to do on the edge of the penalty area. Diangana on this right-hand side. Defender in front of him is Alioski, keeps his eyes on it, still going Diangana. White's come across to help, and it's played into the edge of the 6-yard box. Berardi, cool as you like, clears away under some pressure as far as Bartley in the centre circle. Look back at the watch, tells us that there are just 30 seconds of added time remaining. So close now, Leeds United, as there's a brilliant chasing run from Click to try and get the possession back, but it's played past him, and Sawyers now out to Ajayi on this near side. The whistles go up from the home supporters. Diangana for West Brom in the Leeds half, level with the edge of the penalty area. Near side, tries to play a cross in, comes back out to Pereira on the edge of the knee. Phillips as well. Leeds can break. They can run the ball as far forward as possible. Costa goes down. Leeds have a free kick, and it's celebrated almost like a goal here at Elland Road. It's on the edge of the centre circle, and I think
we're in business, Bryn.
I think that might be just enough.
I think me and you are the lucky charms together. This is the dream team. Call me back when you want to win games.
Anytime.
That's what we do.
It has not been without its difficulties this evening, but Leeds are almost there. Almost there. Calvin Phillips with the ball over the top. Bamford will battle away. Does really well on the edge of the penalty area. Exceptionally well to win the ball back again for Leeds. Now, hold it in the corner. Harrison has it in that position. Has that chance to do that maybe now. Loses out. Bamford's there. Again, West Brom get the ball out. Surely that's it now. As we head towards 5 seconds of normal time. The whistles go up again from the home supporters. That's added time. All but done now. We're into added time on added time, and so close Leeds United as the ball goes forward. Referee still not got the whistle to the mouth. The header is won by Ben White. Loops up in the air in the Leeds half. Pereira in possession for West Brom, up towards the edge of the area. Feet needed, challenge needed, chance for a shot from the edge of the D. Comes back out to Pereira again, up into the D again, and then it's given away. And surely now Costa has to run it clear, and the final whistle goes, and it's celebrations all around Elland Road, and the home supporters have a second victory to celebrate this season here. And it's been a fantastic game. It's been a real contest, and the West Brom players sink to their knees in disappointment. They gave a really good account of themselves, but Leeds just had that little bit more. They got the goal in the first half. They defended brilliantly in the second half, and Leeds have claimed a very, very important victory here. They've beaten the side who are top of the table. It's finished. Leeds United 1, West Brom 0. A game to enjoy.
West Brom are a good team. Do you know what? It's brilliant tonight that the tables have turned. I thought West Brom were going to come and sit. No, did they not? First half, okay. I thought they needed to accelerate the game second half. You could see that they did accelerate the game second half. They got forward quicker, they are in wide areas. But a resilient Leeds defending, experienced players coming on, Berardi and Aileen, manager making brave decisions, subbing a sub. Ultimately, Leeds top of the league Tuesday night.
And that's exactly what was required, wasn't it? Just another win, take the pressure off, a clean sheet at home. That should banish some of those. If there were anxieties, if there were doubts there, that should banish some of those.
Exactly. Clean sheets, 1-0 Tuesday night against the top of the league team. High quality, high quality game, high quality opposition, high quality manager. Leeds have come out on top.
And Leeds have had to do it differently, like you said tonight, haven't they? They had to show another side tonight, and it's a
but that's
good.
You ain't going to get promoted playing one way. You have to show another side. You have to be resilient. You have to have different ideas. You have to be able to stick together when you look tired. I felt a few of them looked tired tonight, but that's the best thing. They've stuck together. They've put bodies on the line. They've defended when they've defended. I'd say, what can they take out of the game? I think they can be a little bit smarter in the last third, the last 10 minutes. Try and keep the ball in the corner instead of trying to go for the win. But that's why we love this manager, his idea. He wants to win every game. But maybe he might have just realised tonight there's other ways to win a game.
Andrew Hughes, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for your input this evening. We've enjoyed a great game here at Elland Road. And Leeds have
1-0. Thanks for the 3 points. See you later.
That's about the sign-off message. Full-time scoreline, Leeds 1, West Brom 0.